Well, good morning. As most of you know, we've gotten quite a bit of snow in the last couple of days here in the Midwest. So I am home from work. Our roads are completely snowed in right now. So I've got one more day off of work. So today I'm going to be working in my wood shop a little bit. I'm going to be working primarily on this corner, trying to get it tidied up, finish up these stairs, finish up the walls and some insulation. And then I have some things that we need to do for some of our animals outside as this kind of polar freeze is coming. It's just going to wreak havoc on a lot of farm stuff, as most of you know. So making sure we've got our water ready and all of those things that go along with just that cold weather. So if you've got some time, I'd love to share a little bit about what's going on with us. So grab a cup of coffee. Go ahead and hit pause if you need to. Grab a cup of coffee, and we'll get right into it. Where we've been, what's going on, we'll catch up a little bit while we're doing a little bit of cold weather farm chores. All right. So first things first today. Um, I've been using these temporary stairs for a while. I have these might be off screen. I have a couple some new 2x12s ready to go, and I'm gonna put the permanent treads in here. Before I do that, I need to go ahead and insulate this back wall, insulate this corner, and getting all this plywood in so that it's easier to do now. So that's what I'm going to be mostly working on today in the wood shop, as well as this is going to be my clamp wall. So as soon as I can get all of this tidied up and looking good, I can start building my clamp racks and get all of my clamps up off the floor and off of the many places that I have them scattered around and get them up here. Ideally, I wanted to paint this first, but with the weather, that's just not going to happen. So we're just going to have to do that in the spring. All right, so I got the bottom stairs in basically up to where it meets this wall. So from here, I'll do this some other day off camera and just finish it up. It's just a repeat of what I've been doing, putting on the risers, putting the treads down, screwing the risers to the treads, and screwing the treads down to the stair jacks. I'm going to start laying out this wall, and I'm not exactly sure how I want it to look yet, primarily because I don't have a great count on how many clamps I have. So I'm going to be kind of playing with the positioning of things. And this will be something that I work with over time too, just as I figure out which clamps I'm grabbing more often, which ones I really don't have to have at the front. They could maybe go back here in the corner where it's a little more hard to access. And then which ones would just be right here for, the quick and easy grabs. So as you can see, this is kind of the idea that I had in mind. I still have more clamps to put up. I have more brackets to make, but this is the basic kind of idea. All right, so we finished up that project, at least good enough for tonight. I'm going to work on it a little bit after dinner. I'm basically done with at least a lot of what I wanted to accomplish today. So mixed in with being in and out for lunch, messing with the kids, chatting with the wife on my day home. I feel like I had a pretty productive day for it being, in the upper 20s here. So what I'd like to do to kind of round this video out real quick, I want to do a real quick kind of spontaneous tour of the farm. All right, so here's the cows. The cow on the right is that is our steer, uh, Monty, and then Buttercup is over there on the left. We've got them separated right now with this hot wire fence in this paneled in yard, basically for the winter pasture, to kind of just keep eyes on them, keep control of them, so the kids don't have to chase down Buttercup every time they milk. They milk twice a day. In the morning, it's around 7, and then usually, oh, there she goes, and then usually around 5 o'clock ish every night. So just with the weather being colder and everything, we've got stock tank heaters here so we can keep their water nice and warm. They both have tanks, and obviously she's got a bale over there, And Monty's is kind of pressed up against this gate over here, but he's got hay as well. And we'll just kind of keep him in here for the duration of the winter. It just makes everything easier to manage, easier to keep track of, and a lot less work for us, and it keeps them safer as well. So this is kind of what's going on with the cows right now. Really not a whole lot other than just the daily milking. So let's go see the rabbits next. So over here, they're going to be a little spastic. We have our different rabbits. That is one from our first litter that we had here on the farm that the girls just fell in love with because of that blondish hair. Here is one of the mamas. Someday, got an empty pen for right now. Empty pen. And then we have a male and one of the females over here. And these are meat breed rabbits. They're kind of mutts. Off the top of my head, I actually do not remember what exactly they are. They're Flemish Giants mixed with something else. I want to say New Zealand's, but now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm not exactly sure. I can't quite remember. So this is just a part of the lean-to that we have kind of converted into a makeshift rabbitry. I have plans this spring to get more of these types cages, get them hanging, kind of more like what Joel Salatin does, and kind of expand this breeding operation. We'd like to be butchering a lot of these, maybe some for sale, but mostly for our own meat use. So that's kind of my daughter's thing. She really wanted to get into rabbits, so yeah, that's kind of her baby right now. So this is about all we got going on here. I will show you this real quick. We built this last fall as a kind of a prototype. There's some things we want to change about it, but this is our rabbit tractor. And it worked out really well until they kind of figured out they could dig. So I need to move the slats together a little bit closer. The other thing is this cage, I had the boys build it and they assumed that I just wanted it the width of the wire. I actually thought that may be what we wanted, but we realized it's so deep and the rabbits just do not need all that height. So the next one we build is going to be quite a bit shorter to the ground. But as far as like ease of use, these were amazing. They were really easy to scoot around the yard. They're real lightweight. We had, I think, 8 kits in it at one time. So we really did enjoy using this kind of thing. We're just kind of working the bugs out. This was our first one, our first prototype, and our first time of rabbits kind of on pasture for a short term. So yeah, stay tuned on that. We are gonna kind of rework this to something that that can work for us. So all right, so this is our chicken coop. As you guys have seen on the videos and maybe some of the previous ones. I'm gonna try to speak loud in here. Guineas are going crazy. We are down to a handful of chickens and a handful of ducks for us. Right now looks like the timer's off on the lights, but we're running lights with them right now. We are also, and those are on a timer. The kids also re-nested the nesting boxes today, so those are nice and fresh. This looks kind of dirty, but this is actually a mulch that we're getting dumped on our property, and we mix it in with some straw. They're probably due for a little bit more straw, but this mulch is holding up real well, and yeah, so kind of a word on this coop. You can see it's got some structural things. This coop will probably be coming down this spring. That is my hope. I have a chicken tractor that I am currently working on that I need to get done, and I want to put all these guys out on pasture in a little egg mobile. So that is kind of our plan with the chickens for the spring, and then when that happens, we're going to tear this part down. Unfortunately, even though it's an old building, it's just everything is going at the same time, and it's with the prices of lumber right now, it's not worth the pain of rebuilding it to its former glory. It'd just be too expensive for us. So this is the garden area right now, so we're just going to expand the garden area back to here. My hope is to actually do kind of an Elliott Coleman Four Seasons kind of high tunnel here that rolls on rails is what I'd like to do on the back side of the garden. So big plans, you know how it is. We'll see if that all comes this spring, or if it's, you know, a couple more years away. But yeah, so this is kind of where we're at right now. Let's go see the piglets real quick. Here is our pigs and piglets. Are gonna get a little loud. So, oh, snow's falling. Here's some of the little piglets we had. They're getting big. They all think they're getting fed. And then here's the two mamas and the daddy. And their pasture is out back there. But we are currently kind of doing the same thing we're doing with the cows. They are staying in close. They've already been fed twice today. So we are keeping them in close for the winter. One of these, I think that one right there, is going to farrow here in about a month and a half. So we need to get her separated. We'll help you. You guys will be staying tuned for that too. And but yeah, they're a lot of fun. These are our second breed of pigs we've ever had. We really are enjoying these piglets. So, and these pigs, even though they're noisy and muddy and gross. So there you go. All right, so a couple things I just want to say about the channel real quick, and I'll let you guys go. Just by the way, really appreciate the time that you spent with me today. I know there's a lot of things you could watch, a lot of things you could be using your time for, and I just appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that you took some of your time out of your day to hang out with me. So kudos. Really appreciate it. Second, going forward, what this is supposed to look like is supposed to be at least a weekly video. That's what I'm aiming for. I mean, we had a baby a year and a half ago, and that kind of got me derailed and got me honestly just kind of spinning my tires, and there was just so many things to catch up on, and so many things, honestly, guys, that we just miscalculated while we were building this homestead. We had not calculated in having another child here, to be perfectly honest. And so the rhythm that we had gotten into was not a sustainable rhythm for a family still having children. So we had to pull a lot of that back and slow down on a lot of things. And honestly, YouTube was one of the first to go. I mean, we hadn't even been doing it that long, but it was just something that was just not feasible at that time in our life. So hopefully going forward, I've made a job change. I've had some other things change. So hopefully going forward, my schedule will much more allow this to happen. Ironically enough, it's the middle of winter now, and so the amount of things that we're going to be able to really show you over the next couple of months are really going to be pared down quite a bit to inside things, or to just mostly things that just happen in the winter. There's not going to be a lot of great, you know, beautiful outside homesteading videos. So just kind of be aware of that. I'm going to continue to work in the shop. I work outside, try to every Saturday, no matter the weather or the temperature. And by outside, I mean in unheated spaces, obviously. So sometimes we split firewood if we're way behind. Sometimes I'll come out here to the shop where I'm covered. I'm not exactly covered from the wind. I still have some doors I need to put in different things, but I'm out of the rain, out of the weather per se. So I'll still have content for out here, things we can talk about, things we can be looking forward to. You know, we're just a couple weeks away from starting to plan our garden for the year and kind of walk you guys through what we do for that. That also is going to change this year. We're going to pare down and kind of go at a different angle with the garden this year. You know, there's just a lot of moving pieces here. And so I think we can keep the content fresh enough for you guys and interesting enough that hopefully it's profitable for you. Our main reason for doing this is slightly selfish. I think, like I've said before, it's really for us to keep an account of what's going on in our life in the middle of all the craziness, and to have it on video. And then the second part is I just want to encourage people that no matter your stage in life, no matter how many kids you have, no matter having a single income, or you're still living in the city, or any of these things, there were so many things that were in our way to do what we're doing now. And if you're willing to work for it and willing to kind of sacrifice for it, um, this lifestyle is something that you can have. You can have. Um, it's not out of reach, and everybody can be doing something somewhere. And so my biggest encouragement is, ironically enough, we're putting video content out on the internet for you guys to consume and to watch. I really, really want you guys to be out in your own gardens, out in your own spaces, out in your own workshops doing things. And I don't want you to be consumed by what we're doing here. I want you to be you know, inspired to go and do something. I want you to see something from our videos and go, I think I could put that into practice today, or I think I can do that, or I hadn't thought about that, but maybe I should go do that. So let me encourage you, even though I'm asking you to sit down and watch our videotapes, let me encourage you to just get out and to be active and to do something every day towards that lifestyle that you're wanting to have. Um, even if it, for the time it is just sitting on the couch and scratching out on pencil and paper your plans and your dreams and your hopes. So a lot more to come. I have a lot more to say. I don't want to make this a super long video. Again, we really appreciate you guys. Appreciate you watching this. I would have never even imagined, even though we've only got 4 videos up so far, I would have never imagined that 1,200, 1,300 people would ever be interested in something that I've said. And so that's encouraging for me. I mean, it's very encouraging to me. Um, so I just really appreciate that. So have a blessed day. Prayerfully, we will be back next week with another video to expand on what we are doing here. If you have something you want to see, if you have something you want to know about, please, by all means, get down in that comment section, send me a question, and I would love to answer it. That'll help feed me content, help me feed things that you guys are wanting to know about and to learn about. And other than that, guys, just battle it out. Go get it. Go get it done. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you later.